I'm Ina and today we're going to get into our Q&A. Let's start with the first one. You haven't been lifting for a long time. What did you imagine being differently in the beginning? So that's true. I only started going to the gym maybe 2 years ago now. Not that long. For some reason, I always imagined that people are rather in competition with others at the gym and that it is not inclusive. So I was happily surprised when I experienced pretty much the opposite of that. People are willing to help and answer questions and show proper alignment if you dare to ask, and you're not really being judged for it. I thought it would be super intimidating to go to the gym and to lift and be a beginner at something, because that is scary. What was the most embarrassing thing that happened to you at the gym, except for losing your keys? I did lose my keys in the Stairmaster once, and I needed to bother a worker there so that they can help me get it back out. And it always happens on a Monday morning when you already don't want to do anything anyway and you already don't have time for anything. Okay, but besides that, the thing that immediately comes up in my head was I love working out in yoga sets, right? So like cute sets that match. I was wearing one set where I was like, this is cute, but I don't know if it's great for working out. Pretty much as soon as I thought about that, my bra strap slung shut open, and thank God to my sometimes cat-like reflexes, I covered my boob. And no one saw anything, but the guy in the row behind me did see then my bra open, and we were both laughing our asses off. And I was like, oh my God. Do you put pressure on yourself regarding the competition and social media and family, etc.? Simple answer, yes. I am deeply scared of failing, which is often why I procrastinate in starting new things or finishing something, because I am so afraid that it's not good enough for other people to see. I don't want to fail. I want to do a good job. I would love to place and have this be a fantastic experience all around. And I need to remember that I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this for the experience, to learn and grow and try new things and get out of my comfort zone. That is my main reason. And I have been doing all those things. So I just need to remember that is why I'm doing it, and it's not just about winning. Of course, that would be great. I've been working really hard for this, but I need to be kinder with myself in that sense, and I need to cut myself some slack. I have never done this before. It is completely new to me, and I'm doing this for myself and for no one else. I know there's a lot of different opinions out there about bodybuilding and so many different approaches. Luckily, I have a coach who is experienced, but I need to remember my whys and I need to not put pressure on myself. But it is easier said than done for sure. What do people underestimate in a competition like this? Like preparation, time, and money. At the end of my last vlog, I actually did a little bit of a recap of the expenses that you have. It is incredibly expensive. Just to be able to participate, you have to purchase multiple cards, and then all the makeup, hair, nail, tan, bikini, which is ridiculous pricing as well. You have to plan properly and need to find a good coach who helps you peak during peak, like on the bodybuilding show day. Not early, not late. It is a lot about timing and focus and changing workouts and adjusting, making it as personal as possible. It is actually a lot of planning, and that was a surprise to me as well. But yes, it takes so much preparation for your fitness routine, your walking and posing routine, because you need to do that as well. Then the workout routine, then eating, decreasing your calories and focusing on your macros. It's kind of wild, yes. Do you know the feeling that you're never satisfied with your body because your own expectations keep rising? I have cut my body fat in half by now. I have lost nearly 10 kilos and I still think my body is not good enough, and I need to get out of that mindset, and it is really hard, especially having overcome more than 2 eating disorders. It is definitely a big struggle. Body dysmorphia is strong and real, and on very few days I feel like I'm looking good. Usually, currently, especially during the bodybuilding prep, I kind of just want to hide my body and wear oversized clothes because I'm like, it's not ready, it's not ready, it's not good enough, I can do better, I can look better. I've had a leaner day the other day, and I am definitely struggling with that, especially because you see other people in the same field and they look so strong and lean and much more progressed than you. So it is quite intimidating and it is very discouraging sometimes as well, which is why it was so helpful when my coach made me compare my first and my most recent picture. I should definitely do that more regularly just to see how far I've come so far, the things that I've achieved, and that I am indeed good enough. Are there people whose opinion matters and influences you more than you would like to admit? Partially yes and no. I do care what other people think of me, but what I think of myself is the most important to me. But I am also my harshest critic. I have a lot of negative self-talk. I realized that most during the prep because bodybuilding is absolutely about your looks. Having to fully lean into the transition that you're going through, focusing on your body fat and this actual genuine obsession with how you look has made it pretty intense. So I will not say that there might be someone's opinion that I care about most, but I will say that my opinion is the strongest and the loudest in my head 24/7. In your opinion, which is the strongest and weakest muscle group? And what is your favorite body part to train? I would say my strongest muscle group is currently my lower body, since wellness division is focused to like 90% on your lower body. That's what I've been training the most, and that is where I've been having the most new personal records since I've been training it so much. So I would say my legs are currently the strongest part of my body, and my upper body is probably my weakest. Currently training it the least, but I've also been training it for the least amount of time. Since when I started working out, I always focused just on my abs and on my legs, on my glutes, because that's what I wanted to look good. Abs and legs. I am starting to get around to upper body and arms, but I feel like I have a better mind-muscle connection to my core and my lower body, which is when I feel the burn more, and I love feeling the burn. I sometimes hate it in the moment, but you know you're doing so good and it burns incredibly, so that's probably my favorite part, and therefore I would say core and legs. Will this first competition also be your last one for now? I don't know yet. I could see myself doing this on a more regular basis, but before I make that decision, I want to have that on-stage experience, because posing and being so bare clothed in public is not something that I would feel confident in. So if I manage to enjoy myself up on that stage, I would probably do it again, but I've decided to not make that decision until after the show. After this, will your focus be on gym or yoga? What else do you have planned? I did very much disconnect with my yoga practice. Currently, I'm only teaching my couple yoga classes a week, but I've pretty much lost my own practice, and I miss that a lot. It just seems like there's barely time for anything else right now. So I would love, after the show, to lean more into my yoga practice and using the strength that I've built at the gym to enhance my practice as well. I do want to stay at the gym because I've learned to really love it, and I truly enjoy myself there, because I'm an introvert, and this is something that you can do as an introvert, but you're still socializing. So it's a sweet spot for me. Your current training split and how it's built. So my current training split has just changed since we are now 3 weeks out from stage. So 3 of my 4 days are lower body focused. I start every session with a couple of core exercises, so I would say between 15 to 30 minutes, depending on what I do and how intensely I feel it, because I do want to feel a good burn before I move on to the next exercise. My entire plan is focused and revolves around the poses that I'm doing on stage, which is the glute ham tie-in. Day 2 is focused on V-taper and shoulder width. Day 3 is focused on quad sweep and separation, with a focus on hardening the front profile. Day 4 is focused on adductor and hip volume. It focuses on the wellness fullness. I'm also doing 60 minutes of cardio each day. Sometimes I split it up into 30 minutes in the morning, 30 in the evening / after my workout. In your past, you've had a couple of disgusting hater comments who criticized you, for example, about your stomach. What would you respond to those people nowadays? I think I would respond with love, because that is what I choose to do. I will not let them hurt me in that way anymore even though what they say is hurtful. In the end, whenever someone shares any type of hate comment, it is a deflection of yourself and the things that you're scared and insecure about. I would probably encourage them to start yoga and to reconnect with themselves and their kindness, to be a better person for themselves and everyone around them. I think most of us, or many of us, have been bullied, especially in like high school. I've been bullied since kindergarten, so I have quite my experience with it, and I think that is why I also respond way more patiently and lovingly whenever someone says something, or I encourage them to being kinder to themselves if I hear someone talk poorly about them. I feel like I've kind of made this my thing to just share all the love that I have. Who is teaching you posing? I am mostly using YouTube. There is Julia Renee, who I recently found, and I truly, deeply, and absolutely adore her. She is funny and hilarious, but also so knowledgeable. She has a great posing tutorial up on her YouTube channel, and also a stage makeup tips, suggestions, and all kind of things. So she's actually really taking you along for her journey, which is her professional life now. She's an IFBB pro in wellness. She is very active on YouTube. I can highly recommend that, especially if you're training for a bodybuilding show. But also see if the gyms near you are offering posing sessions, because there's Cult Fitness here in Las Vegas, and Bruna Serdic and her husband Nate, he's a coach and she's an IFBB pro in wellness, and they offer monthly sessions where you can join and learn how to pose, how to transition, how to walk, and you can ask all the questions that you need to ask. So definitely recommend doing that. That's the two things that I've been doing, and otherwise it's just practice. It is definitely really exhausting, and I don't like doing it because it seems so fake, but I am starting to enjoy it a little bit more. I really need to learn and lean into my transitions and the stage walk, because that is where I'm lacking confidence the most. But the posing sessions with Bruna and the online tutorial with Julia has been helping a lot. Lifting and yoga. How do you do it in your daily life that you can do both? Do you prioritize one over the other? Currently, yes, I highly and deeply prioritize lifting over yoga, even though yoga is just as important, especially for flexibility. You still need flexibility for posing and also to enhance your workout training as well. But I definitely have fallen off my personal yoga practice, so I teach twice a week, and that is where I currently do my yoga. I do gentle warm-ups or stretches after my workouts, but that is currently it, and I definitely don't like it like that. I prefer it balanced, but that is just how it currently is. When you are on stage, what do you want to be seen in your eyes? I want to look happy and proud. I want people to see the joy that I've had getting here, the honor that I'm feeling standing on that stage, the fierce and strength it took me to get there. How did you eat? Love that question. Eating is definitely one of the biggest parts of bodybuilding and such a fit lifestyle. Macros and my calories have changed nearly monthly since first starting, because first you bulk, then you cut, and then you refine. I do have a what I eat in a day that I just uploaded last week, so I'm just gonna forward you to there. Eating with intention, making sure protein stays balanced throughout the entire day and throughout your week, making sure that you have carbs intentionally right before your workout and right after, and otherwise a little less throughout the day, and understanding that fat is actually really good for you, for digestion and for your hormones. If besides the questions that I'm answering today you still have some remaining, please add them to the comments below. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to not miss that.